What people really program on Python? People say, you can do this, you can do that, you can do like everything on Python. Websites, online games, programs for your desktop, server, spaceship. That was the first time when I realized that Python is slow. But when I started to make my task, and this task had several thousands of queries and a lot of connections, so I realized that when I push start to my program, it takes about several seconds to execute. I started to Google and to search for real job titles, programmer Python. What are really applications of Python on the industry? So what people do and what they will pay money for. And I realized that is basically two main paths of your career. And in these both directions, you will have very, very different libraries that you will use and very different approaches. First pack of jobs was about backend development, that in general you have to know how to work with server, because backend is generally when you have some kind of online, you have client and you have server, and you work with server on Python, and you have to understand TCP/IP protocol, how to work with databases like MySQL database and PostgreSQL database. You have to know SQL queries in general. You have to know Django, Flask. So this is technology which really important and necessary to know if you go in backend development. And the next path is something to work with data science. You work with huge amount of data, and sometimes you work with this data asynchronically, so it's very important, and you use libraries which somehow operates with data. It may be visual data, audio data, different kind of data. It seems a little bit at first like you work in Excel, but this Excel is very, very powerful. And also there is a third application of Python. You program in C language or Java language or any other language. You might use Python as a script language. What is script in general? Script is something more easy than general program, and script just help you to execute some very specific and basic task. For instance, you are a programmer and you need to get all files from the folder and to change the name of all these files. Of course, you can do it manually by hand, but why to do it? It's boring, it takes a lot of time. So you write very fast and easy script on Python, which takes all this file from the folder and rename them all in one moment. So a lot of programmers use Python as just a second tool to do these small boring things in their workflow. That's basically it. And all other applications of Python that you can find and imagine, I think they will use one of these three main ideas. See you in my next video. If you have any questions about programming in general, if you want me to cover any specific topic, do not hesitate to ask in the comments. See you, bye!